Ptah Ahochi Wasamus Pa Timta. Begin all things by first using the all. This is the all. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll have another picture of it. This is my certificate of achievement from Autochthon Nation of Yamasi More. And I want to talk to you about this certificate. It warms my heart, my spirit. The knowledge and information that I got from Chief Nanya Shaabueiltm from Autochthon Nation of Yamasi Moors. This webinar, the Autochthon Standing Process, is the bee's knees. For is in understanding your rights, understanding your lineage, understanding what this government have done to the indigenous people of the lands across the world. Loads of information. First, I want to get into the certificate. What is this saying? First, let's do this. Let me do this. I'm gonna put a little video clip right here. Pope calls for a new economic order, criticizing capitalism. July the 9th, 2015. Santa Cruz, Bolivia. Pope Francis on Thursday urged the downtrodden to change the world economic order, denouncing a new colonialism by agencies that impose austerity programs and calling for the poor to have the sacred rights of labor, lodging, and land. In one of his largest, most passionate, and sweeping speeches of his pontificate, the Argentine-born Pope also asks forgiveness for the sins committed by the Roman Catholic Church in its treatment to the Native Americans, American Indians, during what he called the so-called conquest of America. Quoting the 4th century bishop, he called the unfettered pursuit of money the dunge of the devil, and said poor countries should not be reduced to being providers of raw material and cheap labor for developing countries. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. This document was one of my attachments to my statutory declaration of indigenous heritage regarding certificate of live birth. This is a very excellent read here. I advise you to go study it. I have this in the link as well. United Nations General Assembly adopts Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. Major step forward towards human rights for all, says the president. I'm going to add this link as well. This is for more reading. Just to repeat, a major step for human rights for all people. As well, I want to share this video with you. Pope Francis is he's going to make an announcement in a couple of days. I guess he recovered.
And some breaking news, the Vatican just announcing that Pope Francis will make his first public appearance tomorrow. This is after spending 5 weeks in the hospital battling double pneumonia. Francis will greet the crowd from the window of his Rome hospital and give the gathered crowd there a blessing. According to a cardinal who is close to the Pope, Francis's recovery is going well, but he will require speech therapy because of prolonged use of high-flow oxygen. That's dried out his throat. Still no word yet, though, on whether he's going to be discharged in time for Easter.
Certificate of Achievement. Raymond Harold Lewis, now known as Ptah Ahochi Tahuti Il, has successfully completed the Autochthon Standing Process copyright trademark in accord with the Constitution of the Autochthon Nation of Yamasee Moors, mutuo proprio, Pope Francis I, I urge the downtrodden to change the world economic order. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, United Charter, United Nations International Decade for People of African Descent, and is an autochthon ethnicity and white race, and is with the souls of our ancestors now. The said Indians and all other people who may later be discovered by Christians or no means to be deprived of their liberties or their possessions of their property, nor shall they be in any way enslaved. Should the contrary happen, it shall be null and have no effect. Subliminus Deus on the enslavement of, Subliminus Deus on the enslavement and evangelization of Indians. Pope Paul III, 1537. In closing, I'd just like to add one more thing what Pope Francis has said. I urge the downtrodden to change the world economic order. That is a call for us to take our power back. We understand what religion have done to the indigenous people of the land. So he's opening up the doors for us to do our research, understand our DNA, understand what E1B1B and E1B1A means and who is the original people of this planet. If you have any questions about this process, the Autochthon Standing Process, copyright, trademark, I implore you to get in contact with Chief Nanya Shaabueiltm of Autochthon Nation of Yamasee Moors and get your status correct. Because if you are anywhere a descendant of E1B1A or E1B1B, you are a white, male or female, a person having origin in any of the original people of Europe, the Middle East, or North Africa. This is defined by the U.S. Department of Education. Give Chief Nanya a call. Kashuk Adur.